Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. With special thanks to our pal bank. ADT Taxis, Feed Me, Piglet's Pantry, Tiger, Leicester Garage Conversions, Pink Vehicle Leasing, Hologram, The Fox's Arms, Moyer Wade Interiors, and our chosen charity, Men's UK. We bring you the fans' views on the match each week, and your views matter to us. Join the fans debate each match with us. Follow us at Leicester Fan TV.
Hi guys, welcome to tonight's show on Leicester Fan TV. Jack here to take you through West Ham versus Leicester, the weekend's game. We're going to preview it with Russ from My Hammers 11. We're going to talk about score predictions, team news, and I'll also be joined by the other half of J&R Ross shortly. So, yeah, let's get going. So, guys, we want your views, of course, which is more important to the channel. We appreciate it. And please like and share this video and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. So, more importantly, let's get a few hellos in. Ross Winner, Wesnot says, evening, Jack and Ross. Evening, mate. Hayden, hello. Sean, evening, mate. Daz, good evening, mate. Mark Harrison, hello. The counsellor, evening, pal. Hope you're well. Hassan Ali, evening, mate. Hello. Daz, LCFC stop win. Thoughts on Neto? We'll get onto that in the show. We'll obviously talk about transfers and everything, really. We'll get it all sorted. Dave Fedstead, evening, mate. Hope you're well. So then, let's get into the show and invite Russ in from My Hammers 11. How are you, mate? You all right?
How you doing? I'm ready to off that intro. Bloody hell, that's rocking, isn't it?
Yeah, let's go. So then, Ross, it's West Ham versus Leicester, two top four sides on Sunday. What are you expecting to happen?
It's just two top four sides playing. That's all it is. Just two top four sides. No, it's going to be a good game, man. It's going to be a good game. There he is. There he is. A rose in between two thorns. There we go.
R&R.
Ross. This is going to be interesting. Good job you've not had a few drinks, Jack. Trying to get on.
I know.
How you doing, Russ? You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right, man. I'm all right. I'm not too bad at all. As I said, just two top four sides talking to each other.
I never thought a year ago we would say that, no disrespect, that West Ham will be in the top four.
Me neither.
After, one question that's been on my mind, like, since obviously the move to the Olympic Stadium,
it
was going to be
London Stadium.
London Stadium. We're going to be called the Vodafone Stadium at one point. I work for Vodafone. That's one of the reasons I know. It's like, so since the move, obviously, what's happened to West Ham? Because usually, obviously, I know this season they've been good, but usually on the last, since they've gone to the new stadium, the home form's not been exactly great, has it? Like, compared to obviously Park or the Boiling Ground.
Even to be fair, I'm even at the Bowling Ground. I mean, I'm a realist, to be honest, and I think. For me, it was all about, a lot of people looked at it for nostalgia reasons. Oh, it was, it's a gin and tonic. There we go. That's what we have in Essex. We haven't got pubs open until Monday. But anyway, for me, it was always, we were always like a nearly club. We never really, until that last season at the Bowling, probably our last decent season may have been, I know we got to the FA Cup in 05-06, but before then would have probably been under Harry Redknapp when we got to the Intertoto Cup. So, we've never really had, we'll have a good season and then we'll have 6 shit seasons. And that's how it always works. So, the Bowling season, we were due a good season anyway.
Yeah.
But... I was talking to some Wolves channel the other day, and he was like, "Look, what's happened this year?" And it's just basically, I think we've just got a team. that's all it is. It's the same players who finished last season, but it's just a team. You know, the guys are just playing, you know, all for themselves rather than for each other, well, individually, playing collectively. So yeah,
there's one player that sticks out for me for West Ham, and I've wanted him from ages. My dad said it, and it's Gerard Bowen. Yeah. I think what a signing it's been. Obviously, when he first came in, I'm thinking, why are they signing him? Obviously in January, because obviously at that point West Ham weren't doing great. He's been brilliant. He was really good against Leicester back in October. That seems like a long time ago.
Yeah, he was. And he's had a dip in form, to be honest. And, you know, to be honest, some fans have got his back a little bit. And so it was good for him to score when he came on against Wolves. But he's been asked to play in a few different positions at the moment. Just obviously with Antonio's hamstrings are like jelly. So, you know, he's been playing up front. But he played up front for Hull. So, you know, I think he's a great player, Bowen. I just think sometimes he doesn't look up enough, in my opinion. But, you know,
still might be adjusting. He's probably still adjusting. He's still adjusting to the Premier League. It's a good step up, though. You think? I think if it was good, I don't think he would have done well at Manchester United or
no.
Yeah, I think West Ham, a team like West Ham or even Leicester would have been good with Bowen as well.
Yeah.
Right, guys. So both of you, what are you expecting at the weekend? Ross from a Leicester point of view and Russ from a West Ham point of view. Let's get Ross first, and then we'll move to Russ.
Wow. Because I mean, obviously, back in October, obviously, you know, we were on good form, but so were West Ham at this point. Well, they still are now, but at this point, you know, I think Moise had COVID, didn't he? And he was in the ground, if I'm right in saying, around about October time. He was communicating from his home, I think. And that game at West Ham was just so far the much the better side. So I'm just reading that one about Champions League, West Ham in Champions League. But this is probably the biggest game of the season. And I never thought it'd be Leicester West Ham is one of our biggest games of the season.
Yeah.
You know, so we'll want revenge back from October. We'll definitely want revenge. And we've only lost one away game this season. And that was to a team, Liverpool, when they were playing good at that point. But from a Leicester point of view, I mean, obviously Vardy needs a goal. That's obviously, no matter whether he does score or not, he's always a threat. He's always been a threat. Whether he scores or not, he always has been. Even when we were our escape, you know, great escape, he was still a threat. He only scored, 6 goals? He was still a threat. But yeah, that comment just then. Not that one, the one just before that one.
That one.
Yeah.
Yes, I was just about to ask you, Russ, about that. How much of a big loss is Declan Rice?
Huge. It is. It's a huge loss for us. It was the news broke just before, obviously, the Wolves game, or sort of the day before the Wolves game. There was rumours, and then on Monday it was announced that he was going to be out for a reasonable period of time. And yeah, I mean, he's absolutely integral to our team. You know, there's no two ways about it. You know, he's an England starter. He's a fantastic player. He makes our team tick. You know, he does a lot of the work which never gets picked up on Match of the Day. You know, he's one of these. A lot of people go, I don't really see what people see in Declan Rice, but he does all the stuff that never gets reported in the papers.
Yeah, they don't really see it, do they? So.
Exactly. So he's a huge loss. I mean, you know, obviously it means maybe putting Mark Noble in, and you know, Mark he's coming to the end of his career, bless him. But he played all right against Wolves. He played a more defensive role than he's been playing recently, because Declan Rice has been playing that defensive role. So it's a huge loss, you know. But you know, we could have Ogbonna back, which is a huge plus for us. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
I'll let you read that, Jack.
Talking of egg fried rice, have you seen Ross's salad?
You don't plan to.
You don't want to see it, Ross. It'd blind you for the whole of your lifetime, rest of the year.
obviously being from the East London, and me being obviously I'm from Sheffield, we have a bit of creative in food, and let's just say it made a lot of people, I won't say vomit, but WTF. I'll say WTF. That's what I'm gonna say. Onto it.
Yeah, no, I think we should have, and we could have Antonio out as well, possibly as well. So
bigger loss as well.
It is about, you know, with Antonio, whether he plays or not, you know, we sort of, we expect him not to play really, just because he's so injury prone. So I mean, he came on, played. I mean, he played like a man possessed against Wolves. He loves playing against Wolves, and for half an hour, 35 minutes, he blew them to shreds. And then he pulled his hammy. It looked like, and then he put what came off. So. Look, it is what it is. I mean, if he doesn't, then Bowen will play up front on his own probably, or will play with Lingard as So it's a huge. I mean, Antonio for me is a bigger loss in some respects because we've got cover for Declan Rice, not to the extent of Declan Rice, but we've got cover. Whereas the strikers, we haven't got any cover. We've never had any cover, and we didn't buy in January because the person they wanted isn't available till the summer, so it was a risk, but.
We didn't buy either, so join the club. We didn't buy either.
Yeah, we got Jesse Lingard. We got him. He was. All right.
Yeah, sorry, Lingard.
He was all right.
People brand him as Lingardinho, but to be honest, he's been brilliant. I mean, I'll eat my words on this one. He's been brilliant since he's gone to West Ham.
Yeah.
Very creative. He's proving why he deserves a first team spot. The question is now, obviously. Is it a permanent? Is it going to be a permanent deal, or do you think Man U will want him back? That's the big question.
I don't think Man U will want him back, but I think they'll want to pay him top dollar for him. You know what I mean? I think I don't think they want him back because, the role he plays, he's got. I mean, not being funny. Solskjaer let him go on loan. And if he was that good an integral player, he wouldn't be on loan. He'd be playing because there's enough games for him to get some game time. So for me, there was reports that. We'll basically pay. I mean, it's basically between us and you, really. I think he gets him in the summer, to be fair. So
we had him.
Yeah, I know you had him. We know you had him.
I know it was 8 years ago, but we don't plan to have him back unless obviously anything happens.
Russ,
yeah. Go on.
Question from Mark Harrison for you. Do you think that your board giving you the support that you wanted, as in you had 30 million spent in January? Was it your board or the manager, or wouldn't you love a board like ours?
Do you know? It's always the board, isn't it? Everyone always blames the board. I mean, as I said to you before we started, Jack, it's like when we won the World Cup in 1966, we had three of the best players in the world playing for West Ham, and we won bugger all. So yeah, exactly. So it didn't work. So for me, I think Moyes has got a lot more control on, and I think, I read everything at face value. So David Moyes comes out and says, "Look, the guy we want, I don't want to waste money buying a bit player." I'm up for that. I think that's great, man. If it means, some of the youth team guys have to come in or whatever, or we go back to the Czech league. I mean, you look at the guys he's brought in and how much he's spent. He's gone from 17th. Exactly, 17th last year, or 16th last year, whatever it was. When he took over, we were 17th to 4th in a season, pretty much, spending about 30 million quid. That's Souček,
30 quid is nothing these days.
Nothing.
Back in the day, that was a lot. Our record signing was 5 million in the course of Akin Baye. Oh God, I don't like to say that name again, but yeah, that goes to show now these days, £30 million can get you a youngster.
It's ridiculous now, isn't it? And exactly. I'd rather it mean if there's guys that he wants, and now, unlike previous management, not regimes, but previous managers, like Pellegrini and stuff, they'd buy players. They wouldn't necessarily look at the team as a whole. Now it's like it's almost like we've got the whole jigsaw. And now, okay, well, clearly in the summer we need a piece to go in up front. Okay, well, we need a piece which is going to fit the way Moyes plays. Next season, Fabianski he signed for another extension, so next summer we'll need a goalkeeper. Next summer we'll need someone to replace Mark Noble. So it's like there's like a plan, and like where you guys, and it's like, so there's loads of teams like like Brentford. How many people did Brentford let go and then have another, go into Ben Rama and bloody Watkins. They've got Tony, and they just have a fantastic sort of procession of people. And like you guys, I'm envious of you guys what you set up, because it is Moyes just came in and literally the cupboards were bare. Pellegrini and Lucelos took all nothing was computerized. It was all in books, and they took it all with them, all the scouting reports, and basically Moyes turned up at the first day with nothing, and he's building. And if it also means that he spends less and starts building the analytics department, the recruitment guys. Souček was a prime example. He said, "Look, I want a midfielder who's going to run." So the recruitment guy suggested Thomas Souček, and he gets Souček, and that's how modern football works now. And so I think we're starting to we're playing catch up a little bit, in my opinion. But yeah, we'll get there.
Ross, question for you: will Maddison be starting on Sunday, or is Rodgers easing him in?
After the performance on Saturday, I think he may walk into the side. I've got the feeling Tielemans may get rested. I've just got that feeling. Not because he's bad. Obviously, yes, he had the one-off against Manchester City, but I think he needs it. He needs that rest. I know, obviously, it's an important game this Saturday. Fox, Jamie from the Fox's Arms there.
Jamie from the Fox's Arms. Evening, Jamie.
Well, technically, J and double R, technically.
J and double R.
So
JR, yeah.
JR, well, obviously, it's because we're both pro wrestling fans. JR, that's why. That's one of the reasons that's our name on it. No, I think Tielemans needs a rest. I think maybe this game rest him, and then obviously we've got the FA Cup semi-final the week after. So I've got the feeling Maddison will come in for Tielemans, because I think Tielemans does need a rest, at least the game's rest.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point, Scott. That's a good point, my man. It is. But I mean, interesting for you guys. And when does it start? Because obviously with the FA Cup as well. I mean, fair play to you. You're on both fronts. And I always find it fascinating. When do you start going, right? Okay, you've got a good chance. You got a good chance to get in that final, innit? And
so we've not been to a final for a long time.
I know. In
our lifetime, I said me and Jack are slightly younger than some of Phil and Jamie that have, but the top dogs here at Leicester Fan TV. Which so they've seen an FA Cup semi-final. We haven't. We've never even seen I've seen quarterfinals. I've never seen a semi-final. So it'll be special to all the fans that have never seen it since it was 1982 was the last time we got to the semi-final. So anyone from after that, it's going to be very special. I mean, people always say, it's only Southampton, but that doesn't mean anything. They're a good side. Wigan won the FA Cup a few years ago, and they beat Man City.
Yeah.
Bradford got to the League Cup final. They were in League Two. So anything is possible.
I mean, technically, West Ham is still the only team outside the top flight or the last team outside the top flight to have won the FA Cup, and that was in 1980. That was the last time we won anything as well. We won the Intertoto Cup technically in 2000, but I know what you mean. We did an FA Cup 2006, Liverpool, at Cardiff, and that was amazing. And when we had, I can't remember who we played. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he's old Conch. Yeah, good old Conch. But I think we played Middlesbrough at Man City in the semis, and yeah, it was just amazing. And that's what I mean for you guys. There will be people at Leicester who are thinking, right, okay, well, we got the West Ham game, but we've got this game ahead. It doesn't matter who they are professionally. It's the semi-final of the FA Cup. You're one game away from Wembley, isn't it? There's got to be that thing in someone's mind. We played when we played in the FA Cup final in 2006, we actually played Liverpool the week before, and two players got sent off. They had a fight with each other, missed the final, and so typical West Ham. It was like critical for us. It was Hayden Mullins for us, and I think it was Garcia for them. But I think whatever happens, I think there's going to be a bit of gamesmanship in terms of making sure you've got you're fresh enough for next week as well. That's because that's going to be so important. I mean, this is a great game. I agree with what someone said. I think the winner, as I said to you before we started, Jack, I think one of us will be in the Champions League by the end of the season.
Definitely, yeah, but of course
not both of us. I don't think both of us are.
Well, never rule it out.
You never know.
No,
never know. I mean, you look at Saturday. West Brom beat Chelsea 5-2. They did us both a favour in a way.
They did. They did.
Obviously, I know we didn't take advantage of that, but in a way, it was good to see West Brom actually beating them. And that Pereira, he should be at a different club. I think he's a very top player.
He's a good player.
Pereira at West Brom. But another thing as well, with West, they're doing very well this season. But one thing that every time someone mentions West Ham, it always reminds me of a striker that I always used to like watching when I was younger, and that's Frederick Canute.
Oh,
always remind. I don't know why, but I got an old videotape my dad used to record, and it was when Leicester played West Ham. Oh God, it was back in 2000, and Frederick Canute scored an absolute peach against Leicester, and I always used to watching Canute. I used to try and buy him on the games as well.
Yeah,
he's one of the best.
I remember when we because I think his debut was we played Wimbledon, beat Wimbledon 3-0. That's when Di Canio scored that goal. Yeah. So your debut and someone does that. It's like talk about, and he played really well. And I was like, this guy is going to be like, because I idolised Thierry Henry. I thought he was a phenomenal player, and that was just when he was pomp. And I thought this guy is going to be our Henry, and he just never really kicked on for us.
I started watching him. Every time I saw him, I thought he played well.
He did, but I think he's one of those players. A lot of players. We used to have a lot around that sort of early period, that sort of 2000 period. Depends what side of the bed they woke up on. If they woke up on the right side, you were having a belter. If it was the other side, you're having a stinker. And that's what's different to this team. This team aren't like that now. Oh, Bobby Lashley's in. There we go. Good luck, son. Good luck, son. Of course, West Ham. We've got. Triple H is a massive West Ham fan.
Triple H, yeah.
That's what I was going to ask because
massive Iron fan.
Yeah, he is. To be fair, you know what? A lot of people say, "Oh, he's American. He knows his football." I remember he did a video to when Payet had that situation where he went back to Marseille. Anyway, I thought it was brilliant. You want to be the bad guy? Come talk to me because he's the ultimate bad guy in pro wrestling. Triple H.
No, he isn't, and we've been playing for a while. I play sort of the wrestlers' theme tunes when they come on, and for some reason it's started to get picked up a lot more by BT Sport. So we played Triple H, and then my marketing bloke at West Ham's like, "Oh, I'll play Kofi Kingston because he was in like a thing, weren't he? He was in like that shoot." And who was Leicester's? Who did you have?
Braun Strowman.
I'm not the biggest fan of Braun Strowman.
No, there we go. But we had Kofi Kingston.
Undertaker now, technically, we can claim the Undertaker. I know obviously Senji's under's not been great for us, but we'll claim the Undertaker as our fan.
Well, we had Dave Batista.
Yeah, he made
pitch.
that film, didn't he? Was it Final Whistle?
Final Score, yeah. And I actually saw, and he came on the pitch up to London Stadium, and then the week after, I met him in an airport lounge, and I was like shout Dave, like Cottee. He was like, oh, I saw you at West Ham. I did the music there. Yeah. They went, oh, that's a really cool job. And I went, yeah. But you're a fucking Avenger, mate. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? It's a good job. Yeah, it's a good job. But you're a Bond villain, my friend, But yeah, no, we play those. But yeah, there's loads. And I get messages all the time from people. Oh, you need to play. Seth Rollins is a West Ham fan.
There's only one thing you need to play. Is either Kurt Angle's, or what's it called? Randy Savage.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Macho Man.
The one I want to play. The one I really want to play. There's a YouTube, there's a Twitter account called West Ham Clips. It's brilliant. He does alternative commentary. He's absolutely fantastic. You should guys to watch it. It's really funny. He takes the right Mickey out of everyone, and he calls Antonio Mark Henry. So like, I want to play Somebody Gonna Get Their Ass. I can imagine him just coming out.
Oh, sexual chocolate.
Sexual chocolate. Yeah, but I mean, he got names for all of them. There's, Declan Rice is the Basmati Bonds, and honestly, he's brilliant. West Ham Clips, check it out. He's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Ross, I've got a question for you from our beloved Tom Hogarth at Leicester Fan TV. He said, "What do you think to ex-Leicester and West Ham striker Tony Cottee?"
Oh, brilliant! I mean, I know he used to always claim goals when they weren't own goals, and all that. That was quite fun. I used to love Tony. I mean, see, when I was younger, I brought up with Tony Cottee. My first ever game was in 1997.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. Much appreciated.
No, sorry. Tony Cottee, I used to love watching. Obviously, that was coming towards the end of his career. I never saw him, obviously, beforehand. So obviously, I wasn't born, but yeah, that's a good point. I've actually got his outfit, actually.
Just imagine everyone thinking, what's smashed?
My son's upstairs, so I'm not getting that on because he'll be thinking, what's going on here? But no, I used to love Tony Cottee. When I was growing up, I used to love seeing Tony Cottee and Emil Heskey up front. Yeah. Obviously, you've seen him before at West Ham. I bet it was class for you, Tony Cottee.
Oh, he's brilliant. Top boy, Tony. We've had him on the channel a few times, and yeah, I love Tony. That whole era we've had, on the channel, we interview a lot of ex-players. We've had over 60 ex-players in the last year. Well, on the channel's been going, and they're brilliant. But that era, that sort of late 80s, early 90s, are just phenomenal for characters and stuff like that. And that's something that I've sort of really realised about football is like probably that sort of early 2000s was the last time that football was fun. I don't find football fun now. I find it like professional. There's no real characters in the game now. Like
I know exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like I'm not the biggest fan of him, but Roy Keane and you had your Patrick Vieira. That was brilliant. That rivalry. You might not have to be a Manchester United or Arsenal fan, but watching them two go at it was brilliant. I always rooted for Patrick Vieira all the time. Tony Cottee. There's other Leicester and West Ham connections. We've had
we've done a whole. Me and Jack have done a whole show about it.
Solano.
Done a whole show about it.
Les Ferdinand.
Les Ferdinand.
Yeah.
Sinclair.
Which Frank Sinclair?
Which one was it? Oh, I think it was Brian Dean.
Brian Dean. I have to find a book. Yeah, we had loads. We've got a whole team together.
We did a combined 11.
Did you do a combined 11?
Every single one.
We got exactly the same. Combined 11 of players who have played for both clubs. So that's something I do. So we've had Wolves, we've had Liverpool, Fan TV, or the Anfield Agenda, all of that, and it's a really good idea. Feel free to nick it.
Oh well, no, I won't nick it. We'll just take.
Thank you for the $1.99 super sticker, Bobby Lashley. Much appreciated, mate.
Bobby Lashley, not Bobby Leasley. There we go. Very good.
Business is sat down now, right now, watching this.
So, Russ.
Yes, man.
Tom says from Leicester Fan TV, always remember Savage scoring at the Cop End versus West Ham and jumping into the Cop End. I don't know if you know much about that game.
I was at that game. I was only 7 years old, but I remember I was in the Cop with my dad, and because of Shaka Hislop, who was the West Ham goalkeeper, he slipped, and all the fans went, "Whey!" And Stuart Pearce made a mistake, and Robbie Savage obviously Robbie Savage got in, and I don't know how it went in. Next minute, he literally jumps in the crowd like Spike Dudley does. Honestly,
obviously, you still bring it back to wrestling.
And it's brilliant. We're gonna bring everything into it. No, but he jumped in crowd, and I thought, "What's going on here?" Because I was celebrating. I'm thinking, "Where's he gone?" Yeah. Next minute, I watched Match of the Day later on that evening. And he literally sunk into the crowd. It was kind of fun that.
Well, I used to go to uni at Loughborough, so I was always at Leicester around there and Derby and all those away games because it was great because I was like bang in the middle of everywhere. So, but yeah, I remember a few away trips. It always seemed to be December. We'd always play in December at your gaff for some reason. I don't know why it was, but it's always bloody freezing. But obviously, I dig, so I had a house, so it was half an hour away from Loughborough, so it wasn't too bad. But yeah, no, I used to love Leicester games. Always good fun, always good banter.
And the one thing, I never went to Upton Park. I never had the chance to go. I was gutted. One last time we played you was the year we won the league, I think, when Okazaki scored and Mahrez. I can't remember the year after. We played the first time I played at the London Stadium, Vardy with the bow thing. When he scored because he didn't score many that year. But when he did, he took a bow in front of. I'm not sure if it's your Cop or it's the London.
Yeah, I don't really know what they call. Yeah, now they've got proper names. Apart from one stand, three of them they've got names now. So yeah, it's I think they would have been. Yeah, it would have been in the. I never remember which one's which now. It's either the Trevor Brooking or the Bobby Moore that the away fans. I think it's Trevor Brooking the away fans.
Absolute legend. So just before I could ask that question, what a legend Trevor Brooking is. I used to love watching him on Match of the Day. Obviously, I never saw him play or anything. I love seeing him on Match of the Day, give his own opinions and stuff with Gareth and Alan Hansen. That's the pundits we have. I'm not. It's not as good these days. Match of the Day, not as good.
No.
So from Scott Venn, from a Leicester perspective, do I think looking at West Ham is a tough game? Yes, Scott. It's going to be a very tough game. Like I said to Russ before the show, it's going to be a very hard game. It's two top four sides going for the top four. I don't think West Ham would have looked at that at the start of the season. And, they're very good for it this season. They're very dark horses and they've came without people even thinking about them. And obviously it's nice to see teams like Leicester and West Ham up there. I think West Ham's had a fantastic season. Mikel Antonio is just a nightmare for defenders. And Thomas Souček, he's just fantastic. I think looking at this one then, Russ, Declan Rice or Wilfred Ndidi? Where do you go with this one?
100%. I mean, obviously, you know, we're going to have
let's get this debate.
This is going to be fun.
Let's debate this one.
Let's have a mass debate. Right, okay.
I'll tell you why 100% Ndidi. The fact is, you look at him and think, he's not that strong. Sure. But we've said on this show, we've gone on far and say that he's a lot better now than N'Golo Conte.
Cool.
Obviously, when he first came in, he was obviously, you know, he was still learning. But now we've gone and said that Ndidi is a lot better player than N'Golo Conte. Strong. When he does score, he scores brilliantly. He's good. He's good at tracking back, good at interceptions. He's absolutely outstanding. And how, I mean, obviously, there's always big clubs, you know, going after the Maguire, the fridge. And also, so we call him the fridge, Harry Maguire. They've gone after Conte and Drinkwater and Mahrez. How on earth?
You can tell Scott's a West Ham fan. There we go.
Honestly, and indeed, it could be. I'm not saying being at the best European club in the world, like Madrid and stuff. I'm not, but it could. I think maybe in a year or two time, he could be that one of them top players. Not, I'm saying he could be. I'm not saying if he keeps playing as he is. He's been outstanding this season when he has been playing. I said he's such a great player to be around. You know, and he's also obviously doing university at Leicester as well. He's still only 23, something like that, 23, 24, something like that. I can't remember his old is now. Someone will have to Google it and tell me.
He's 24, Wilfred Ndidi, yeah.
There we go. He's 3 years younger than me. And yeah, I'm sat on the sofa, and he's earning like over 80, 90 grand a week.
How old's Declan Rice for us? If you look at it from that perspective,
I think Declan Rice is about 22. I think 22.
Who would you prefer though? From we're a neutral and not supporting both Leicester or West Ham. Who would you go for, really? If you had to look at it neutrally from a neutral fan, who would you prefer at your football club in that midfield?
To be honest, I think it's the same thing. There's a lot of players who each club adore, and other fans don't see it. So to be honest, I haven't seen enough of Ndidi. I don't. Do you know what I mean? So
that's fair enough.
By what you say, he sounds like he's back. He's mustard. And so, you know, for me, I've seen Declan Rice go in from day one and basically rip from an 18-year-old turning up and being thrown into a central midfield position to become. I'd say, you know, I've said it in my shows before that basically I think it's, you know, Tielemans and Ndidi and Declan Rice and Souček are the best two pairs in the Premier League. I don't think
agree more. You know
what I mean? Exactly. I just think they just work as a pair, 100%. and I think Declan, for me, you know, the way I look at it, if he could, you know, in my opinion, but obviously from West Ham perspective, he could walk into any club and improve them. Any club and he'd improve them. You know, and I think that's not, and I don't, no disrespect to Thomas Souček, I don't think he can. Because he hasn't got, Souček's got a knack of scoring. He is a bit like Fellaini. You know, people call him the Fellaini, and he is a little bit like that. Yeah. Declan's, his game now, he's got a great passing ability now. He's doing more free kicks, his penalties, his leadership. I think that leadership quality is a key thing. That's so, no one seems to have it in an England perspective. You know, he's 22 and he's captain our side, and no one questioned the fact that he's going to captain our side. We've got Fabianski, we've got Balbuena, we've got all these players who have played hundreds of games for different countries and things. But no, this 22-year-old lad, you're the skipper, mate, and you forget he's 22. I mean, he's played 130 games for us already. You know, in his West Ham career. You know, we idolise people. We idolise Carlos Tevez. He only really turned up to 6 games, to be honest. This guy's, you know, this guy. I mean, after Monday, from Monday, obviously he didn't play. That's the first Premiership game he hasn't played for about 2 seasons. He played all last season. He played up until now every minute of the Premier League, every minute of last season. So it would have been the season before last. I think it was a loss to Liverpool or something halfway through that season. He's so, you know, consistent. Doesn't get injured typically, apart from we need him now. But so for me, it'll be Declan Rice. I know you guys will be Ndidi, and
that's
you know,
fine. No,
twain shall meet. As long as it's not Calvin Phillips, I don't care. Because that's what winds me up more than anyone.
That's the thing. I've seen Declan Rice play a bit, and I'm saying I don't think he's a bad player. I think he's a really good player. I think it could be the Mark Noble of this one. He obviously never leaves. Like could be for a long time.
I mean, that's the
you
dream.
Don't see loyalty. No. There's not many loyalty players in football, and Mark Noble's one of them. He's a loyal player.
Yeah.
Jamie Vardy for us. He got offered to play more money for a bigger club, Arsenal. But yet he turned them down. I mean, that's not often that happens these days.
No.
Someone offers you more money, no matter where you are, boom, shakalaka, you've gone. As
it's
well.
True.
So
it's true.
yeah, that's fair enough. That's fine.
So Russ and Ross,
I'd love to see him. Go on.
Let's talk about previous meetings at the Olympic Stadium between Leicester and West Ham.
London Stadium. Thank you, Jack.
Well, London, whatever you want to call it.
London.
London Stadium. Thank you. Yeah.
I think Leicester have a great record there, don't they? I don't think you beat us, have you, Russ, at the Olympic? London Stadium.
Thanks, Jack. You put the stick in it now.
I hope not.
I don't think we have. I mean, it's always. I mean, it's always we tend to play better away from home with you guys. Rather than home. But I think this year everything's up in the air and it forms out the window at the moment in the stand. No fans. It doesn't give a shit whether we're at London Stadium, we're at Hackney Marshes, we're at the King Power. It's all much and much at the moment. Yeah.
So we were a force at home. Apart from this season, we've always been a force. Like the year we won't leave, we only lost one. I know we lost 3 games, but we only lost 1 home game, and that was to a team that we've not beaten for years, and that's Arsenal.
Yeah.
And even that season, he said about previous meetings, the 2-2 game. Vardy got sent off. Obviously, that's debatable, but that's a different story.
These are last season. Damari Gray scored.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. Damari Gray scoring.
I think he missed a penalty, didn't he, Ross?
Yes,
in the early minutes. Yeah, last season.
Yeah, and he scored right at the end, wasn't it? If I remember, it was
that Spanish fella scored for West Ham, didn't he?
Perez,
the number 18.
We had I think was it that one with Antonio and Perez scored. Yeah,
that was
it weren't Perez. It was who's that Spanish player you've got on the wing, number 18?
Oh, Fornals.
That's it. He scored against Leicester. I think that was his first Premier League goal that season.
I can't remember. No, I think last time. I can't remember because do you know what? But since COVID, my sort of reference points have just gone. Do you know what I mean? Like last season, I'm thinking last season we had because Pellegrini was still the manager. I think when we played you. Did we? Was that a season before then? But you know what? I think it might be the season before.
Do you know what it was? One of them, Nacho scored because I'll tell you what it was. We just lost to Liverpool on Boxing Day, 4-0, and then Vardy was out for a few games, and we.
I'm a year behind. I'm thinking of the 2-2 in 2019.
The 2-2,
Yeah, 2-2 on Harvey.
Because that's when we had the carpet. We had the new carpet, and Antonio scored, and was stroking the carpet.
Harvey Barnes scored for Leicester. Yeah,
that's his first ever goal, Harvey Barnes. Senior goal for Leicester.
I think there were one year when we beat you 3-2. Was it when Schmeichel saved Andy Carroll's header? Was it Andy Carroll hit it straight at Schmeichel? I don't know how he kept it out.
Hit it straight at Schmeichel. I'll be honest. Yeah.
But there's been some great games, though, haven't there, over the years?
It's been great. It's been goals. It's been goals. I mean, as I said, playing you guys at the beginning of the season. Yeah. It's funny how the fixtures work. Obviously, we played Wolves, and then we played you at your game. Yeah. And now we're doing the reverse fixtures. Now we've just played Wolves, and we beat them 4-0 at our place, beat them 3-2 at their place. So that's progress. Don't know the other way around. And so now we're obviously playing you guys, and so I think it's gonna be a cracking game. There's gonna be goals. It's gonna be really exciting.
I'll always remember when West Ham and Leicester were the favourites back in 2011-12. Back when we were both in the Championship.
Yeah,
we were both favourites to go up because West Ham spent a bit of money, but so did we with Sven-Göran Eriksson. And when the first time we both met, we just got rid of Sven-Göran Eriksson. We just sacked him after losing to your word's the dirty word, but I'll just say meh. Yes, we just lost to them. We just lost to meh. And see, I'm being respectful here. And then obviously losing 3-2 of Darius Vassell, last ever game for Leicester, but. Yeah, back Championship. Think about that. Years ago, we're both in the Championship, scraping.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It's
crazy.
Don't answer that comment, Ross. I called Terry Butcher, Frank Butcher. I said, what was it, Suchek? I said he's he's a kind of like a big warrior in it. I say he's like Terry Butcher, he'd get like a bleed to the head and that, and he'd still carry on playing. And I called him Frank Butcher. So I was watching EastEnders. And I thought to myself, when I was watching it, I thought, hold on a minute. It's Frank Butcher, and I thought to myself, no, then it's Terry Butcher. I was like, well, what about it? And then I just got piss taken out of me.
The thing with West Ham, West Ham, they've been films made about them. The most memorable one, it's one of my favourite films. Green Street is one of my favourite films. And obviously it portrays firms and stuff, but it's actually good to, it's actually good to watch it in. It's good how they did the how the players on the pitch and stuff. It was
that happened because I was working I was still doing the stuff. I mean, I've been doing the stuff now at West Ham for, this is my 20th season. So when Elijah Wood and that lot came in, they took apart. We were playing. Someone remember it. There was a game. I think we played Gillingham and whoever it was. It was a really boring game. And they were down in what was called the Bobby Moore Lower. So the Bobby Moore, which was the sort of where all the harders would stand, So, and they cornered off an area, and it was so funny because it was like in my peripherals, and they were getting up like randomly cheering. And it was like, it was like a corner, or a throw on. But obviously, it's right. Pretend we scored, and everyone around them was like, "Who are these? Who are these knobs? Who are these?" It's like, you can imagine. But it's the worst place to pick because it's literally where all the hard boys. Well, it's not the chicken one used to be, but it's the old hard boys. But where the new ones used to be, and it's like poor Elijah Wood, poor Frodo, he's sitting there. You know what I mean?
Poor Frodo.
Poor Frodo. But at least, I mean, when Dave Bautista did it, when he did it, they'd already, we'd finished, we'd closed up shop. It was derelict. Upton Park was when he did his stuff. But it's funny. No, it's funny with those types of films, and it's funny because he interviewed fans from all over the world, and that's one of the reasons why people, who've never been into West Ham, picked West Ham because of Green Street and things like that. And, I think they played a bit of a fast one over the club in terms of they didn't say it was all about violence. They said it was about a boy learning about football or something
American,
like that.
American learned about us. Another dirty word as well as it's what Americans call football, but I'm not going to say it. That's a dirty word as well. So,
although my PE teacher, he was a big northern bloke, and he always used to say, if it's good enough for Pele, it's good enough for me. It's soccer,
Dear me. The only time I'll ever say that word is the game Pez. That's it. That's the only time I'll ever say that word. So, I'm gonna have to shoot in a sec. So I'm gonna put my son to bed now.
Good on you, mate.
All right then, Russ.
I think score prediction. I'll give mine now before anything. I'm gonna say, it's gonna be a tough game, isn't it? But you watch now. Obviously, the game after. So it's Man U Tottenham. Am I right in saying?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. So we're not gonna get. Basically, we could have a 6-5 classic or a 7-0 classic or anything like that. And it won't get talked about because they'll be like, game's over. Man U Tottenham. I can guarantee that's going to happen. And obviously, our game's probably more important because Tottenham, let's be honest, they're not a big club. And they're not, in my opinion, they're not a top 6 club. People can disagree or whatever. They're not. They're hard luck. They're hard luck Spurs. They're a poor man's Arsenal. Anything. That's my opinion on it. And I'm glad you're not a Tottenham fan. Well, I'm very fussed anyway. But I'm going to say 3-2 Leicester. And I think that a last-minute winner. Jamie Vardy, Nacho Man will get one. Oh, okay. So make my debut on the JN. Well, we ain't got a name for it yet, have we?
No, we'll have to think about one.
But let everyone decide what our names will be.
Let's get new show names in the comments, guys. For
the
J&R show.
The reasonable. So, well, I'm going to shoot. Nice to speak to Russ.
Cheers, Ross. Take care, buddy.
I'm going to shoot now. He's watching Minecraft, I think. So,
YouTube or mine.
Catch you later, Ross.
Mine's Roblox or Blocks, but I don't know what she plays.
Roblox. Right, I'll speak to you soon, guys.
Cheers, Ross.
Catch you later, Ross.
Take care,
mate. Right then, Ross. So let's go about team news for the weekend. Then, have we got any injuries or what team do you think they'll put out?
Everyone seems to be injured at the moment, to be honest. So, obviously, Declan Rice is going to... I'm pretty sure he's definitely out. There's rumours of Antonio being out. Lingard took a knock at the end of the game, but there's been nothing about him yet. But he carried on. Souček took a knock, but they did. The club did a really cool thing today. They did a virtual open training session. So we usually at Easter we used to open up the London Stadium, get the kids in, watch training for like an hour, then sign some autographs. But obviously we can't do that. So the club did it on YouTube and streamed it, which was really cool. I thought it was really, really good. So and Souček was training, and Ogbonna was training, and Yarmolenko was running. So I think we're going to be playing now. Where previously our team was always a little bit one or two positions. Are we going to play 4 at the back, 3 at the back with wing backs? I think from now on, as long as everyone's fit, we're going to play 3 at the back with wing backs. Okay. So you'll have the 3. You'll have Fabianski in goal. This is my team. So Fabianski in goal. Then you'll have Cresswell left centre back of the 3. Yep. Then you'll have hopefully Ogbonna back. If not, it'll be Diop. But I imagine Ogbonna if we can get him in, because I just think he's stronger. And Craig Dawson. Yeah, England's Craig Dawson, and then you've got Masuaku on left wing back, Sufal right wing back. Then in the middle, I think they're going to go Noble. I think they're going to go Souček, and I think they're going to go Fornals. I've run out of, I don't know how many people I've said, but then you'll have Lingard. I think Bowen will play, and I think Ben Rama might play if Antonio's not playing. So it's going to be cool, man. It's going to be a cool game. But I think there's not. I think Antonio will be the one which everyone's going to be worrying about until we find out the end. I don't think there's going to be any other shocks. If that makes sense. We've all come to terms with Declan Rice not being in for a couple of games. But yeah.
I think from a Leicester perspective, we'll obviously invite the players back like Ricardo and Maddison into the starting 11 maybe. It weren't the greatest against Man City, but what can you say about Man City? They're a really elite club, aren't they? They're very great. They've got players after players, replacements, and the 11 they put out were very good manager as well. So from the Man City game, I think they'll bring Pereira back in and Maddison. So, Russ, what players will Leicester need to look out for on Sunday?
Jesse Lingard.
Is that it?
I mean, to be honest, I mean, the way we play now, we're dominant at set pieces, and so so Craig Dawson, we all know Craig Dawson. I think I've put about 15 players in, but that's my tactic, Mark. Actually, no one knows. Just throw them on, just confuse the referee. Just all run on at the same time. Just run about. So I think set plays are obviously key for us. So Cresswell's delivery into set plays. So Craig Dawson, if Bonner's back, both in the in corners, they're always a threat. Kevin Nolan's done a great job in terms of improve and the back and Phelan as well in terms of how we're organised that set plays. Souček obviously just has a knack of drifting in, and what's great with Declan Rice not being in is Souček has a bit more license to go forward, which is not good news for anyone else, because he can do that Fellaini and come in last minute with a Cresswell whip in. So for me, obviously Lingard and Souček are the two. And I mean, to be honest, and then if Ben Rama plays, Ben Rama is a quality player, but he's been. We're almost setting up to not lose at the moment rather than to win at sometimes. That makes sense. If we're set up to win. So when we played Leeds the other day, we all knew Ben Rahman was going to play. It was an open game. It's going to be a tough game with you guys. So I don't think Ben Rahman will start. When he comes on, obviously he's a tricky little bugger. So you have to watch out for. But I mean, the team are playing well. The team are just playing well. They're playing as a unit. So, So I'd say obviously Lingard and Souček are the two danger boys in my opinion, man.
I think with Leicester, it'll be the likes of Maddison, Tillemans, and Ndidi. Iheanacho, because he's obviously on form, 7 goals in 5 games. But hopefully Jamie Vardy will get one as well, because he hasn't seemed to have scored in a while, and he seems to bite West Ham where it hurts at times.
He does.
So let's go on to score predictions, guys. Get your score predictions in below, and I'll ask Russ now what his score prediction will be for the big top 4 clash on Sunday. So Russ, over to you.
I'm going to say it's not going to be a shutout. It's not going to be like your gaffer. You didn't get a shot on target, because the one shot you did get got ruled out for VAR. So for me, I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be tight. I'm going to say 2-1 to us, because if I don't say us to win, then I'm an idiot. Just because I'm on at home, So, and you'll say Wolves to win, and we'll all sit down and watch it on Sunday. But 2-1 West Ham, I'm going to say.
I'm going to go for 2-1 to Leicester. I'm going to go Cottee to score and Jamie Vardy to get one. So, yes, Russ, before we wrap up the show, where can everyone find you, mate, on social media and that?
Yeah, sure. I mean, if anyone wants, we do Miami's 11 on YouTube. We're doing all right. We interview fans and players about their time at the club, how much they love the club and their memories, but then they put an 11 together of the players they've seen play. So stuff like, as I said, we've had obviously, from the Leicester perspective, we've had Tony Cottee on, we've had Conch on, we've had, Nobby Solano, we've had all the greats, as well as Ray Winstons and stuff like that. So one there. So that's just Miami's 11. I'm on Twitter, but all I do at Twitter is take pictures of me at London Stadium, because obviously I'll be there on Sunday.
Everyone wants to see your lovely face, don't they?
Yeah. But if anyone's bored, lunchtimes, Jack comes on. Monday to Friday we come on, typically not tomorrow because I'm seeing my old man, but every other day usually we go on, we don't even talk about West Ham, we talk about...
Go and check it out.
We just talk crap, don't we? And maybe Jack might turn up on Friday, we never know.
Maybe I might turn up for Sunday's game. Yeah, so go and check Russ out on YouTube at My Hammers 11. They talk, obviously, not just West Ham, but football as well. They obviously get ex-players on like Conch, as he says. So, Russ, thank you for coming on, mate. It's been a real pleasure. It was great to get on your channel as well to do the combined 11 and that, and I really appreciate it. And good luck after Sunday.
Yeah, after Sunday. Good luck to one of us getting into the Champions League.
Yeah. Good luck to us both. Credit to both clubs, and I tell you what,
I can never get this sorted. No, there we go. Good luck.
Good luck, mate.
A gentleman's handshake. That's what I like.
Thank you for coming on, Russ. Been a pleasure,
Cheers,
mate.
Man.
Cheers, buddy. Thank you. So that was Russ from My Hammers 11. A great chap and really great to talk to, guys. Really hope you've enjoyed the show. This has been Jack from Leicester Fan TV. Please like and share the video and the stream if you've enjoyed it, and hit us a subscribe on YouTube, guys. It'd be a right pleasure and we'd appreciate it and help us grow. So, guys, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for your likes and your comments, and this is goodbye from Jack at Leicester Fan TV. Thanks for watching, guys. Come on, boys. Come on, Leicester on Sunday. Let's go and get the win and keep up the top 4 heats up. So, come on, Leicester.
Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. With special thanks to our pals at ADT Taxis, Feedme, Piglet's Pantry, Tiger, Leicester Garage Conversions, Pink Vehicle Leasing, Hologram, The Fox's Arms, Moyer Wade Interiors, and our chosen charity, Memphis UK. We bring you the fans' views on the match each week, and your views matter to us. Join the fans' debate each match with us. Follow us at Leicester Fan TV.